Hey, welcome back to more Dark Souls. I have actually decided that I'm going to go try the Capra Demon. Because what I'm thinking here is we've got the soul, the Ring of Sacrifice. This is a unique opportunity that I don't think we're going to find for a while. You know, we've got our upgraded equipment. We have no chance of losing our equipment. So why not give it one shot? Ooh, and we get a longsword, too. And a tight... Dude. Luck is on our side, clearly. I mean, these fire things hitting me on the head is not the best, but whatever. Oh, wow. I didn't even mean to do that. Dude, we are so fucking lucky right now. I am on my A game. Last time, I think I was coming down with a cold or something, and I wasn't really in my, I wasn't, well, I don't know. I felt almost kind of low energy, especially going back to the recording. I also noticed that I say, you know, an obnoxious amount of times. Like, just, there is no reason to say, you know, that many times. And it irked me. I don't know if it irked you, but it really fucking irked me. And it's weird because that's a recent thing. It's only like the past couple months that I've actually started saying, you know, and I hate it. So I'm going to try and stop. I just want to remember what this person has. We could do the old dung pie trick on the Capra Demon. It's kind of cheesy, like maximum cheesy, so I'm gonna avoid it for now, I think. But yeah, what I'm saying anyways, I'm feeling a lot more into it this time. I think we're getting some good stuff going. I'm feeling good. We do have it's a +5, right? Yeah, like that's looking pretty good. Then again, it's the Capra Demon, so it's not, you know, it's not a sure. I just said I fucking said it. I said, you know. But yeah, like I was saying, is the Capra Demon is not a sure thing. Right, I did want to say, it's important because there's a good chance we'll die up here, so it's going to come up. It has been decided the Ring of Sacrifice will save everything. Alright, and my reasoning is this, because I can see both sides. There are people who wanted either one, you know. My reasoning, though, is when I found out, someone pointed out that the Oswald of Kareem guy only sells 10 of them. Which means it's going to be a very limited resource anyway. So I don't feel bad at all. Okay, here they come. I don't feel bad at all about, if I die to these dogs. Okay, good. I don't feel bad at all about using it for everything because I'm only going to have 10 of them. And then the only other ways to get them in the game is there's like 2 you can find naturally. So that's 12. And then you can you can trade a humanity to the crow and get them that way, which is admittedly a very easy way to get them. Humanity, I mean, it is sort of limited if you're not farming it, which I wouldn't do. But it's still, you know, quite a bit easier to get than, say, 5,000 souls or, you know, those 2 other drops. So, you know. This is the moment of truth here. I'm trying to psych myself up for it because it's, I don't know, it's kind of like you have to have a strategy going in. Some people, I know 2 schools of thought. Well, 3 if you count the throwing dung pies over. But there's 2 ways to approach this boss. The first way is to be very defensive, go in right away with your shield up, try to take his attack and the attacks from his dogs, and then kill the dogs as quick as you can, and then focus on him very defensively. The second way of doing things is to run straight up the stairs to where you can get in a good position to kill the dogs fairly easily, then drop down and do a really strong attack on him with like a lunging attack. Usually I go for the second, but the second's a lot more risky. But they're both risky, though. I don't know if it's actually more risky. But I need to decide now, because hesitation is going to kill me. I think I'm going to run for it. Is there anything I want to do beforehand? Anything? Maybe a pine resin? Yeah. I think a charcoal I think this would be a fine time to use that. I've never really used pine resins, to be honest. Does it show up on here, the extra damage? No, it doesn't. But I mean, it should be doing extra fire damage now, as far as I understand it. Yeah, okay, well. Here we go. Get yourself ready. In we go. In we go. He's going to be standing right there. We're going to run, we're going to run, we're going to run. And we're going to jump, and we made it past, and we're dead. And we're dead. Okay. Yep, we got the ring revival. Yep. So... yeah, it didn't work. It almost worked, but it didn't work. So the ring shattered. We get to keep our stuff. Yeah, I got it. Basically, that just means that now we are, we're not going to try that again. That was our shot at it. It was a terrible failure. I don't have any, like, souls or anything, do I? Wow, I've got a bunch of humanity. Although, no, wait, it's only the single humanities that you can offer up, I think, to get them. Which we could do right now up to 6 times and get 6 extra tries. I mean, like, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, on one hand, I think it's probably okay because it'll make it... it's still a limited resource that we have to use effectively. I think it still, you know, is interesting. I don't think it breaks the run. I think it makes the run actually maybe possible to complete. But at the same time, how often do you get humanities? Like, fairly often. So, I don't know. For now, I'm going to go to Blighttown and really, really hope that I don't die. Because, oh, jeez, I'm going to have to go all the way around to get there, too. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna really hope that I don't die. And if you have an opinion on it, you know, tell me what you think, because I am again very torn on it. You know, like I'm not sure. I think the same thing's gonna happen. I think probably one person is gonna say, "Oh, it's a great idea," because you're gonna fucking die otherwise, and one other person's gonna say like, "Nah, it's too easy. Don't do it. Don't do that." And I see both sides. But you know, maybe it'll be like this time, and you'll have a good. Someone will have just a point that puts it all into perspective. That's what I'm looking for. It's just something. Like, if maybe someone said, you know, if you don't farm, there's only 30 humanity in the game, or something less. 30 is kind of actually a large number of them. But you know what I mean? If someone was like, there's only actually 15 humanity you can find if you're not farming them, at that point it'd be like, oh, well, fuck, fine, that's okay, I can do that. But I don't think that's true, or there's anything like that. We could actually upgrade something right now. Not the longsword, though. You know, I don't think it actually makes sense to upgrade anything. Like, we could upgrade one of our armor pieces. But no, that's fine. Don't really need it. It kind of sucks that, that we died against the Capra Demon. I was hoping for, like, I was feeling good, for sure. So I was hoping for a stunning victory, but it was worth a shot, you know what I mean? We were at the position where it's like, what's the worst that's going to happen? We die, you know? We don't lose anything. It's completely... it's just one of those... Let's get back to some more Dark Souls life advice. It's one of those situations, you know, it's like if you don't try, you're never going to win. And it was a situation where there was nothing... you weren't going to lose anything by trying. Okay, we lost a ring, technically. But really, we didn't lose anything. We lost, I guess, 5,000 souls, if you think about it that way. But really nothing. And that's the case with life too. You know what I mean? This is the rare situation in which Dark Souls and real life coincide. They both have a valuable life lesson to be taught here. And that's just fucking try it, man. What's the worst that happens? You know? I fucking said you know. Jeez, that's gonna bug me so much. But no, I'm being serious here. Like, what's the worst? Like most things in life. What's the worst that's going to happen? especially if you're in a bad position already. And then that gets into this whole nihilism sort of thing that I was talking about, positive nihilism. But like, just regular shit. I think especially, probably the biggest thing is just like someone trying to accomplish something, like getting a promotion or starting a business or things that don't usually entail much of a loss. I mean, starting a business obviously could have a big loss. Even asking for a promotion could technically result in you be fired, but I think there's like laws against that or something. I don't know. But like, or actually, perfect example, women. I like asking out a girl. What is the worst that could happen? She says no? What the fuck's any different, right? You're going into it, literally nothing would change. Because you're in the situation, you're asking her out, presumably, because you don't already have her, so to speak. You're not, you want her, and you don't have her. You want her to be your girlfriend or your wife or your fuck buddy or whatever. You want her to warm your bed for tomorrow night. Whatever it is, you don't currently have it and you want it. What's the worst that happens if you ask her? The worst that happens is she says no and literally nothing happens because you still don't have her. There's been no change. Your life hasn't gotten worse. It's the same. Nothing has changed. But there's the possibility that she says yes, right? Like, obviously there's... Whoa, okay. Obviously there's, you might have a better or worse chance of getting the yes, depending on various factors, most of which are up to you, by the way. But still, it's like, your chance is 0 if you don't do anything. And it's just like, why? I don't understand it. Why don't, just fucking do it. And I mean, like, it's not like, I'm sitting here on my high horse telling people like, hey, I'm a fucking stud. You should go out there. I am guilty of the same thing. I'm just saying it's illogical because, you make it seem to yourself like it's the worst thing in the world if this chick rejects you. It's like nothing happens. Literally nothing happens. Especially, I mean, okay, if it's like a friend of yours, it's someone you know or something, you're afraid it's going to be awkward because you're going to ask her out and she's going to say no and then there's going to be this tension between you. Okay, fine. You know what I mean? That's some pussy shit, but it's a reason at least that makes logical sense. But if it's just like a stranger who you find attractive and you just want to talk to her but you're too scared to because you think she'll like fucking, I don't know what, say no, that's the worst she could do. Then what's even there's no reason. It just doesn't make any sense. That's all I'm trying. It bugs me, you know what I mean? And I need something to talk about while I'm kiting around these guys, so it's better than nothing. I said again. This is ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, like, and I think that really, it extends to a lot of life, but it's just especially that arena, the dating and romance arena. Like, you don't have anything to lose. Nothing at all. And especially, I said that, like, the your friends thing is at least a reason, but it's really not that good of a reason, because honestly, like people aren't going to agree with me, but, like, it's true. You can't really be friends with a woman long term. Not really. I mean, it's not like you can't, but it's going to the question's going to be brought up, is what I'm saying. At some point, you spend enough time with a woman, that's just how people work. Eventually, you're going to be, one of you is going to be attracted to the other one. Somebody's going to put that question out there at some point if you spend enough time with each other. So why not, be the man about it and let it be you? Why not bring the question forward? And if she says no, and I mean, worst case scenario in that case, okay, worst case, you lose a friend. Are you that, like, take some risk, It's hard for me to argue more for that one because that actually is like a risk. But it's like, it's a risk that is inevitable. Eventually, something's going to happen there. Eventually, she's going to, I mean, it's unlikely that she'll make the move first, but it kind of depends on the girl. She might. More likely is that you'll eventually drift apart because of your feelings for each other that are unrequited. But Or eventually you'll work up the courage, or it'll come out naturally some way, which is of course what everyone hopes for. They hope that it just happens, but that doesn't happen, right? It never just happens. And if it does just happen, I mean, it's like winning the lottery, right? It's not how it works. You don't count on winning the lottery. Anyway, all I'm saying is people are dumb, okay? But dumb in a completely understandable way that in a way that is not at all understandable, but which I understand, because I, too, am guilty of it. But we just, people just, it's something you can fix. Fix it, that is going to bug me so, I keep saying, but I mean, it feels natural enough. I mean, it's not like I'm using it in strange circumstances. I'm using it in circumstances that, looking back, oh, jeez, come on. Looking back at it, it's like, yeah, that makes perfect sense to say, there, but it's just too much. Right now, I'm not sure what our immediate goal is. Actually, since we only have one of them, though. Okay, well, let's deal with this mosquito first while I think about this. I'm wondering what we want to do next, because we're in a good position, we've got good equipment, where we could go after, say, spider tits. Or we could go for some items, and the interesting thing... Oh, no, I just used it on accident instead of an Estus flask. That really fucks me. Okay. That changes things, maybe. My thought was, we could go up there, we have one of those things... Oh, okay, another mosquito. If things go too badly, I can just, homeward bone out of there. I'm thinking, actually, at this point, once I get 5,000, I might want to homeward bone out and grab another ring, and then maybe try to do that whole shebang again. I think this guy shoots at you from up there if you try and run across there from here. Otherwise, I'd want to do it. Where are these mosquitoes coming from? I didn't know there was like a nest thing up there. I know there's one way down there. They're doing a good bit of damage too. What the heck? I'm gonna go for it. If I get toxic, I can just homeward bone back. And oh jeez. But also, I've got the Estus flask. So I'm gonna let this guy shoot. Right? Shoot again. Okay. Yeah, that drains very fast. We're going back. Oh, I've only got one homeward bone. But I've got to use it. I mean, we're in a bad position there. Oh, we're back here because I was a dummy and I used the bonfire. Is there a place to buy homeward bones? I want like 1,000,000 of them. Yeah, now we're in the, okay, well, but now I really need toxic things. I think I'm gonna run back and buy some toxic things from that chick. Sorry, I mean, this is not, a lot of forward progress we're making, but I really need toxic if I'm fucking around with, or toxic heals if I'm fucking around with the Blighttown, Jeez. I need to stop this. At least I'm aware of it. I'm not saying it as much, I don't think. But it's bugging me. But yeah, well, I think I need it. I think I need some toxic heals. I think otherwise it would just be very dangerous, especially without a homeward bone too. I'm not sure, maybe this lady sells a homeward bone as well. I'm not positive. We're not going to have 5,000 by the time we get there. If we did, we'd at least be able to buy a ring of sacrifice and then go maybe try the Capper Demon again, or just feel like we're in a better position for Blighttown, or maybe take on Spider Tits, having that ring. Feel a lot better about things. That's actually a possibility. In all honesty, she's probably easier than than the Capper Demon, just because you have more room to maneuver with, which does a lot. I mean, it's really valuable, especially when you're a fast roller like me. Not being able to take full advantage of that roll is quite a hindrance, which means maybe next time we fight the Capra Demon, we want to go for some more heavy armor sort of shit. Which makes sense, actually. Maybe if I had thought that through, I would have tried that. On the other hand, it's too late now. It's not like we're going to unequip this shit and throw it away just for that. But, you know. Ah, gee. Ugh. That's the worst. When you have some like bad habit and you notice it just over and over. Like it was just background before. Maybe you didn't even notice it. I noticed it looking back though, so I bet somebody did. And it annoyed somebody as much as it annoyed me, I'm sure. Oh, it's going to take 5,000 to level up, too. So every time we want to level up, it's going to be a choice between a ring and leveling up, which is always going to be the ring that wins out. Let's see what he sells. I don't think he sells a homeward bone, but it's not impossible. Shards. Smith box would actually be very good. But... yeah, I mean, yeah, that'd be very good. Maybe we want to invest in that. He doesn't sell bones. We'll catch him on the way back, because we need to, no, we'll buy it now. We'll buy it now, why not? Just in case something crazy happens and I decide to fight the Capra Demon or something. Which I don't see happening. But, do we want the weapon? Yeah, I think we just want the weapon. Basically, I mean, it doesn't do us any good right now, because, you know, we can't, jeez, because we can't, upgrade the weapon anymore right now. But it's just in case we die, basically. And it'll be important in the future. It's just a nice thing to have, I think. I almost said you know again right there. It's fucking grating. Yeah, we're just going to go up to the moss lady and buy some moss. Hopefully it's not too expensive. We don't have a ton of cash. Hollow Soldier? Okay, nice. Nice. Definitely nice. This sword is making short work of these guys. If I hadn't bought the Smith box, we might actually be able to kill a few of these guys and maybe get enough to get 5,000 and then have enough to get the Ring of Sacrifice. Maybe. This would definitely be the time to get another Ring of Sacrifice if we were doing the... if we were allowing humanity to count for it. Which, I don't know. I think I'm right in the middle on that one. Right stuck in the middle. Yeah, I just don't know. But we'll definitely... I wonder if he sells any. I very much doubt it. But yeah, whatever. Sure, whatever. Sure, yeah. He sells, obviously, magic. A catalyst, and 2 rings.
Goodbye, then.
Yeah, sure. Goodbye. I suppose the blacksmith down there could sell homeward bones. I don't know. We might check it out on the way back. For now, we're going up to Moss Lady. And giving her a shot. But, obviously, we're going to kill the guys along the way. Just in case we can get a good drop, and because every soul counts, you know? Oh, that is... okay, okay. Yeah, but every soul counts. That one wasn't as bad. I didn't get as upset at that, you know, because it was the most natural out of, like, any of them I've done. Because I was actually asking, like, do you understand what I'm saying? Right? Like, do you... This is the best course of action, you know? Rather than just having a statement, I guess it's not that much different. I guess it's really not that much better. Whatever. Whatever. I'll break this at some point. Hopefully she sells homeward bones, because this would make this whole deal a lot more worthwhile. She does, too. Okay. Perfect. That's really good. We want... Oh, but we don't have enough to... Oh, man. I could buy 2... Oh, man. I only have enough... I could buy 2 homeward bones. And 1 of these. Yep. That's all I have enough for. Maybe I shouldn't have got the Smith box quite yet. I mean, it's not useful to me right now. If I had enough for more homeward bones, I would... did I get another one somehow? What the heck? I just thought I just bought 1. Or am I having, like, short-term memory loss? Didn't I just said I could only buy 1 and 2. No, I said I could buy 1 of those and 1 toxic thing. So, how'd I end up with a second? I thought I used it. Or did I not? What am I? No, I definitely used it. What is going on? I don't understand. I don't know what happened. It's fine by me, I guess. Some drop or something, I guess. It's nice, though. It's very nice that we have an extra homeward bone. We do kind of want to decide here where we want this homeward bone to lead us to. This one makes sense because it's got 10 Estus flasks. We'll rest here for now because we're gonna run into the other ones along the way, so we can always just rest at those if we decide that's where we want to go back to with the bone. I think that's a good choice, both because of the Estus flasks and because it's close to where we would buy the sacrifice ring, which is a major reason why we would want to homeward bone our way back. Also, it's close to the Capper Demon, which is the other major reason we'd want to come back, is if we want to take him on again, which would probably be tied in with having gotten an extra sacrifice ring. So, you know. That is... It's so natural. It's like ingrained in my speech now, but it's... I kind of want to kill those guys, but I'm not going to. We spent enough time fucking around over here when we should be making no progress, really. I mean, yeah, basically no progress. We have a smith box. That's our progress thus far. Okay, I thought I was locked on. Yeah, not the most accomplishments this episode, but you know, we got to talk about women, so there's that. Hopefully that was entertaining enough for you. I think this one might also have 10 Estus flasks. Also, it's next to a smith and where we would get the ring, further away from the demon. But if we were going to fight the demon, we'd get the ring first anyway, so I think this is a fine place to do it. Let me just make sure. I mean, this is a waste if it doesn't get it up to 10. It doesn't get it up to 10. Okay. I must be used to having upgraded it or something in one of my runs, or something like that. Nothing really I can do here. I now have enough for another homeward bone or toxic thing, but no point in doing that, obviously. Well, I mean, there's a point. It's just that the time spent doing it is not exactly efficient, not exactly the most entertaining use of our time, especially since I don't have another rant to go into at the moment, not that I can think of, unless we want to start talking about women again. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't have anything on mind as far as that goes, so we're gonna have to just do what we can. Dark Souls actually makes a perfect medium for talking about just random shit, which is actually perfect because I love doing that. Expect more of that. If you don't like that kind of thing, sorry, because that might be a trend starting here. Is me playing Dark Souls and talking about other stuff. It just works because most of what I'm doing is based on simply the skill and reaction time. It doesn't really require much forethought. I mean, it does in some situations, and obviously that's when I start talking about it. But for the most part, it's reaction. And reaction doesn't require me to comment on the reactions being made. Certainly you can do that, but it's not necessary. And especially in situations like I've been in right now, where it's something we've already encountered. Although, of course, the whole game, except for the DLC, is going to be something we've encountered, because I've beaten the game before. But, other than, you know, in general, it's also, like, what we're doing right now, even more so. Not in general. That was the wrong thing to say. Specifically, this situation is even more so. I'm not going to use this one, for sure. I don't think there's any reason to do this. Because, actually, this is a good situation. This is one situation where it makes perfect sense to talk about the game. But in other situations, it doesn't as much because you're just kind of playing the game. The visuals tell the whole story. The audio, just describing what is happening on screen, doesn't add to what is happening on screen. Like, what's his name? Like Gandhi said. only speak when you can add to the silence. Something like that. I think I butchered the quote, but that's the general idea of it. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to be speaking over the video, at least do something that adds to the video. You know, where, oh, I said it again. Whereas just saying what's happening doesn't add to it. But saying something about like the bonfires and stuff, strategy, or, you know, reacting to different things that happen in, you know, that are actually new and interesting, that makes more sense. All I'm saying is that you don't need to do it all the time. And with Dark Souls, I think it makes perfect sense to sometimes go off on a tangent about something. And I enjoy it. And isn't that what matters most? I'm okay. Trying to... But yeah, about the bonfires, I wasn't going to use that one for sure, because either I want to be able to homeward bone back to... Oh, wow. Back to... you know, the parish, or I want to be able to homeward bone and like rest and stuff down in Blighttown. The in-between is worthless. It's one or the other is what I want. So either I'll keep it where it is, or I'll move it down here. Not sure yet, but it's definitely not going to be in between. There's no reason for it to be in between.